Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. I'm wondering if the air conditioning's making too much noise for this. Anyway, I'm in Florida, guys. I've got air conditioning. I've got a new batch of comics to review here, of course. I wanted to talk about M.O.D.O.K, so I added this on from last week. We've got Flash from this week. We've got Kaiju Score. We'll see if there's anything else, but yeah, I do like to do one Marvel, one DC, one Independent, so kick back, relax, and let's get this party started. I have to admit, this was an impulse buy. I mean, I knew it was coming out. I saw something that was saying, hey, there's a M.O.D.O.K thing. I did not know it was written by Patton Oswalt. Somebody actually pointed that out on an episode of We've Got Issues. And so when I read it, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I'm pretty much over Marvel Comics. I wish I wasn't. For a long time, I was one of those that were saying, look, not everything from Marvel is horrible. And look, not everything from Marvel is horrible. This comic is an example of that. However, there's so much on the horrible side of Marvel that it really doesn't do anything to say that there's any good in Marvel. This, however, was fun. It was exciting. You got to see a little bit more of M.O.D.O.K. M.O.D.O.K is only made for killing, by the way. So I would love to see him only made for killing rather than just a kind of a sad sack. But he's not so much a sad sack here than he is trying to figure out what's going on. He's malfunctioning a little bit. He's trying to figure it out. All the while, this woman is trying to have him shut down. And AIM goes, yeah, you know what? You're right. With all the stuff that's going on with him, he is a liability, not an asset. We need to get rid of M.O.D.O.K. And it makes for a very exciting and more importantly, fun comic book. Now, I would suspect that Patton Oswalt added the humor. I think Patton Oswalt can be funny when he's not being political, because when he's being political, it's just demented and sad, not funny. But here it lands. I think there's a passion. I know Patton Oswalt is a geek, and I think here it kind of shows that off. It shows his passion for geek culture. I'm looking forward for the next issue. I know it's a 12-issue miniseries, and so far, so good. I'm in for all 12. Next up, I got to talk about Flash 677, excuse me, which continues the Endless Winter. Now, if you've seen my review, and yes, I did put in a review of the bookend of this one, the first issue, I thought it was really mundane. I mean, it was just, nothing. I can't even say it was bad. It was literally the equivalent of flipping through blank pages. I mean, it added no sauce to the meat at all. And Flash was annoying. Thankfully, he's not annoying in his own book. However, this does seem to be a catch-up issue. You get a little bit of a beginning to it where we see, the heroes in the past, but then we catch up to the future, and it's just Flash running around. Oh my gosh, guys, it's all wintry and stuff, kind of like we knew in the first issue that just happened and was bland. And the exciting character here, in my opinion, is Black Adam, who seems to say, look, if your heroes don't help out, I'm going to have to, and all I'm thinking of is, why don't you help out anyway? If that's the end game, then why don't you join them? It might actually be easier to team up. But I guess Black Adam does not have the wisdom of Solomon to actually figure that out. Flash is taken into Kondak, where he finds out there's a whole bunch of villains who took Black Adam up on his offer of refuge. And Black Adam actually treats him with respect. He gives him some food. He tells him what's going on. He tells him some information about the villain and the whole 9 yards. And he even uses his lightning powers to charge the Flash up. And he sends him on his way. And once again, I'm thinking, well, Black Adam, you can go. But it seems like he's got a secret that he's not letting people in on. And it's, like I said, it's a fun book. It's definitely a step up from the first issue. And now I've got to go check out that Superman book. I like independent comics. I like independent first issues. That's definitely something I'm usually buying into. This one's James Patrick Rembrou. Okay. Kaiju Score. This guy is... the whole premise is this is a world where people know about kaiju. They do exist. But apparently they're coastal. And this one guy figures out that because of global warming, there's going to be these fish that are going to be herding towards Florida, and they're the best food for a certain kaiju. So during that attack on Florida by the kaiju, they are going to rob a bank. That's the premise. That's this, and the entire thing is getting the crew together. But this guy, he's a loser, and he's a well-known loser. So he's got to get the bottom of the barrel as far as crews are concerned, and then he's got to convince the money man to back this this incredibly weird and silly and stupid deal. This score, as they put it on the cover, and that's the crux. That's the crux of the whole thing. We do get a look at a kaiju and all that kind of stuff, and the guy, just saying that, hey, this is how I know they're coming out. But we also get a whole bunch of why this guy is not someone you want to follow into battle. And I like that. I kind of like that. Granted, in the end, the money man who told him no comes around and says yes, so that negates a lot of the story. It's kind of one of those movies where I love you, I hate you, but then they get together anyway at the end, so what was the point of all the other stuff? It's a fun book, and I could say at some points it's even funny, and it's got a visual style that's pretty decent. I gotta say, it's still on the shelf. Go pick it up, check it out, and tell me how you think. I actually kind of like it. I've got a little extra time, so let's throw on a Batman book. This is Batman 104, and goodness gracious, there's two stories going on right now with Batman. One in Detective, one in Batman here, and both of them have someone from Batman's past that knows Batman better than himself and can fight Batman as good as Batman can fight them, blah, 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 yada, yada. It's funny that these two stories are so similar. This one, of course, we've got the guy who says he could clean up Gotham better than Batman. And by the way, the art styles are a little bit wonky here. There's like 3 different artists, and I guess when you're following these guys, it's this art. And when you're following these guys, it's that art. And it made me cry, and not literally, but it did make me complain on our We've Got Issues about the fact that we used to have workhorse artists like Jack Kirby who would do 9,000 books in a week and still, have time for coffee. It just seems, God, come on, guys. You can't do one damn book? Seriously? Now, if everything looked like frickin' Alex Ross, but an actual comic book artist with sequential pictures and all that kind of stuff, then I would go, okay, yeah, that actually makes sense. But come on. Now, the story itself, it's actually kind of fun. For as much as I put down the fact that you're getting one book over in Detective with Hush and this book over here with whatever his name is, it is a fun issue, and we do get a bit of the a flashback, but the most fun is him bragging that, hey, look, I think you need to start killing these criminals, and just to prove it, I'm going to release the clown killer, and he's going to want to kill Harley Quinn, and you got to do something to stop him. I kind of like that ending. I thought, that's the old style villains that would actually give them moral choices and such like that would put them on the edge. This is why we read comic books. You really want to see our heroes put on the edge. And I felt that more with this than I did with the Joker War, to tell you the truth. But, that's just me. I'm a different breed of cat. Alrighty, kids, now is the time where I like to do my little wrap up and talk, just kind of, let's sum up everything that we just went over. And yes, I do order them from my least favorite to my most favorite, but in all honesty, there are no losers here. They're all pretty decent books, and of course, I gotta go with Kaiju Score. Mostly because, once again, yeah, we've been through that whole, no, we're not doing it, yes, we'll do it kind of thing in movies before. And that's what this reads like. It reads like they're trying to write a movie script. Next up is The Flash. And this is mainly because it seems like, and look, I get it, and I respect the fact that you want to catch Flash fans up to a story they might not have read in Justice League. But it does seem like a lot of recap. Then we got to go to Batman 104, which I actually thought was a pretty decent story, even though we've got the same story going on in Detective and Batman. I like the characters, in all honesty, and I like the fact that they're world building here. But the most fun I had this week, as far as these comics are concerned anyway, was with M.O.D.O.K, Head Games. I did not expect to like this as much as I did, and hey, I'm glad that I had fun with it. I hope that you do too. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to share out this video and hit notifications so you don't miss anything. Subs, I certainly appreciate those too. As a matter of fact, talk about appreciation. If you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon or Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on. Helps keep making videos for you. Like, thank everybody who's already done that, including all the people you see pass by right here. And to all the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.